Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Christian Watson Career Simulation. Today we have a 6'4", 208 pound, 23-year-old rookie out of North Dakota State, NDSU. Same college as Trey Lance recently we've seen come out of there, and I think a few others that are actually kind of succeeding in the league. Yeah, I mean, looks like a solid prospect. Probably just needs to get his routes up, and his release probably needs to be a little bit better. But being 6'4" and having the sort of speed that he does makes him a phenomenal talent with crazy ability. It should be interesting to see what we can do here. I did put on Rams playbook, and so I would like to, as much as I would like to see them, kind of go up on their own terms, sort of deal. It'd also be kind of cool to do whatever it's called. And since I have no injuries on, I could do this, and we should have like Rashawn Gary back and stuff like that in the lineup. Go to specialists, and yeah, so everything should run run pretty good. We're gonna put Christian Watson there, keep him in the slot, but as much as I want to keep it, semi-realistic, I think that a superstar dev trait, and then we can move playbooks back to Packers or whatever it is we want to do. And yes, peak the headband. Hair was a mess, so I just did this instead of dealing with it or showering or anything like that this morning. Don't worry, I shower every day. It's just not quite in the morning sometimes. Um, yeah, I guess we can go to mid-season, see how season one goes. This is a resimulation here of 2022. Obviously, we know the Packers aren't doing so hot, but also could be the case in this simulation. Also couldn't be. And we start out 4-3, and I like the breakout wide receiver right here. Just wanted to say, well, blah blah blah. I don't even know who it is because Madden's so terrible. We'll see what it is. It's Christian Watson. Very low chance that he does what he needs to do, but knowing that he is coming off of a good game kind of comforts me, and I'm curious to see what sort of numbers he's really putting up because very curious on this playbook. It's definitely a cheat code, but I want to see how much of a cheat code it is. We'll challenge Alan Lazard here to do his thing. That is a horrible face for Alan Lazard. Poor Alan needs to get a face scan in this freaking game, dude. Holy, did you see that? That is just purely not. That is just not whatever his face is. That is not Alan Lazard. You see Romeo Dobbs, he's got to be close to whoever in yards. He's got to be close to Christian Watson in overall. But we'll see Christian Watson in the first half of the season. He's put up 1,000 yards already and 11 touchdowns. He is well on pace for over 2,000 yards. By the way, in case you guys didn't catch on, this is just not human numbers right here. He's averaging 150 yards a game as a rookie with 11 touchdowns in 7 games. Yeah, this is an unfair playbook. I might take this off, but oh my goodness gracious! I guys like, why would you take it off? It's like, well, listen, I'm trying to keep it semi-realistic here. Oh my god, he's doing his thing. And we have finished the season with a first round bye. I will go ahead and upgrade these players right here. Christian Watson, who's up to an 82 overall in just his first season. I even want to see the numbers here. Aaron Rodgers threw for 5,400 yards, 53 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Rushing wise, Aaron Jones did his thing on some limited work, and Christian Watson put up 2,400 yards. Oh, that is a record by far. I don't even know the next best in the league or ever in history of football. 25 touchdowns, averaged 145 a game. Christian Watson is generationally insane. This man is not human. Yeah, oh my god. That has got to be MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Wide Receiver of the Year. Um, yeah, Christian Watson just had one of the best seasons known to exist ever, maybe the best season to exist ever. Aaron Rodgers also one of the best seasons ever. This team seems to be firing on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, Not the case. I just cannot believe what we just saw there. That stat line is absolutely absurd. And then we lose to the Carolina Panthers in the first week of the playoffs. But let's go to Super Bowl here, or actually it'd be the off season is what we want to go to. I can guarantee you a Pro Bowl Offensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and probably maybe MVP. He might be in the conversation for that right there. But looking at this right here, Offensive Player of the Year is Christian Watson. Aaron Rodgers is MVP. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Christian Watson as well. So just a few right there. We'll go ahead and look at his dev trait right now. I know it went up. It had to go up. He has 3 skill points right there. It is so stupid what this man has done in year number 1. I will leave the playbook on, just to see how out of hand his career gets. But he's up to an 85. He went up 10 overalls in that year alone. With superstar development now. I was kind of expecting, the superstar X Factor, but should probably have no problem getting it next year. If I had to guess here, I want to see awards here. So he was drafted in the second round, made a Pro Bowl, NFC Player of the Week, league leader in receptions, and then Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, and Best Wide Receiver. So, very, very, very good for a rookie right there. I don't think it gets better for anybody else like ever. Yeah, Christian Watson's really stepped up into a wide receiver 1 role here. I can't even keep my cool. This is insane. All right, and we'll take a look here at the year number 2 team. Year number 2 for Christian Watson. Year number like 50 for Aaron Rodgers, but up to an 86 overall after all said and done. This guy right here looking to come in and make a impression when Aaron Rodgers leaves. We'll see what sort of depth trait he has. Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson, and then you have Olabisi Johnson, Samori Toure. Very weak receiving core, but with Christian Watson at the top, I don't think it matters. Probably want to see this defense develop a little bit more. Preston Smith maybe steps out. Maybe I don't know. We'll see how this defense kind of ages and see how it goes. We have some very weird corner room right here, and then Brian Poole, Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage. We have an okay defense, not anything special though. So, let's see what we can do here in the first half of the season. Start off this season 5-2 with a weekly award. It's actually Rashawn Gary. I'm curious if we have any more. I didn't even think to look, and I probably won't go back and look. But upgrading a player here, upgrading players, Rashawn Gary will go up here. But I think we should take a little peek at the stat sheet and see how we're doing this season. All things considered, Aaron Rodgers throwing for the 8th most yards in the league, throwing for an okay ratio. Aaron Jones well on pace for 1,000. And why 368 yards? What's up with that? Romeo Dobbs has 623. Maybe not finding himself in the slot. I will have to fix that, and he will emerge as the beast he was last season in the last half of this season. I'm surprised that he didn't find himself in the slot. The thing is, with George Pickens' career simulation, I didn't have to do all this every year. He was automatically his thing was being a slot receiver, but that is not Christian Watson's like archetype. So it doesn't really automatically put him in the slot position. So yeah, we are still 5-2 regardless, though, with some good guys on the ground and some good performances through the air by Aaron Rodgers. But let's see what we can do here in the second half of the season. Christian Watson at wide receiver 1 and in slot receiver in Rams playbook. And we actually end up making the wild card, kind of fell off in the second half of the season here. Daz Newsome with an upgrade. That's good for him. I wish Samori Toure had a little bit more. But looking at the numbers here, Aaron Rodgers threw for 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, to 15 interceptions. Still a stellar season. Aaron Jones rushes for 1,100, and Christian Watson emerges for 1,500 yards with Romeo Dobbs at 1,300. With Olabisi Johnson even finding some time here with 1,000. Some pretty crazy stuff, actually. Yeah, Christian Watson was a monster. 1,200 yards in the last half of the season is absolutely absurd. And we will advance the first week right here of the playoffs, trying to get past these Niners, and we do. We're on to our division rivals with the Chicago Bears, where Aaron Rodgers allegedly owns them, and I have total belief in that, but I didn't think that it would work out so well in Madden, and I was right. We will go to the offseason, check some awards again, see if Christian Watson made Offensive Player of the Year, whatever he might have made, maybe another Pro Bowl. I'm not sure. Should be interesting to see here. We go to the season recap. Dak Prescott wins MVP, and Offensive Player of the Year was a no go for our player. Do we get to see weekly or not weekly, but awards right here? We don't. So I will actually end up going to league stats and awards here, and then we can look at awards right here, and we can look at weekly awards, see if we made any with our guy right here. Did we make any? Christian Watson right here, 14 receptions, 207 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Monster game from him, Rashawn Gary's obviously, and then Aaron Rodgers. And then, yeah, that was it for those. And then we look at yearly awards. Then go to the NFC side of things. Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Sean Gary was right there at number 3. And then Best Running Back, or Best Wide Receiver, I mean. And Christian Watson was right there. Couldn't quite get that down. And then Aaron Rodgers was actually third on that list right there, despite throwing for the fourth most yards in the league. But on to next season. And before the start of every season, I have to make it a habit of going into here, going to slot wide receiver, and putting in Christian Watson. I am curious though, if I were to just put Samori Toure in the slot and wide receiver number 1, what sort of numbers would he put up? If you guys don't know who Samori Toure is, he was a 7th round pick out of Nebraska. He went he went to Green Bay in the 7th round, obviously, and ended up actually playing and getting a touchdown in one of his games this year. But he actually looks like a solid route runner. He might separate not at an elite level, but he still separates pretty well. And I think that he might actually have a future on the team, on the Packers here, if they can find a way to kind of emerge him maybe as a wide receiver 4 and maybe even a wide receiver 3. If he comes out and plays well with people having injuries, but he knows he's a smart guy. He's not the fastest or the best athlete out there, but he does the job well. So I hope good things come for him in the upcoming future. We lose with Sean Gary though. That's kind of big. Yeah, should head into year number 3 now with a couple with everything sorted out now, and so we should see some more production. We actually started off 2 and 4 with a tandem breakout, but I'm gonna go ahead and just go to upgrade players. Upgrade the players. I don't care about the whole breakout thing right now, especially that Christian Watson at Superstar X Factor development. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but I definitely did. And we'll go to league right here, stats and awards. And I already saw it. It's Christian Watson. He had 1,000 yards once again, 1,000 yards and 1,003 yards, averaging 167 yards per game on 6 games played, having 11 touchdowns. On he's on pace for another massive season, so it should be interesting to see what sort of numbers we can see from him. Maybe he's the next Jay Jetta, is just like a lot better. We finished 8-9. We missed the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers threw for 5,300 yards. Absolutely absurd numbers there from Aaron Rodgers. 16 interceptions. Still throwing a bit much. Aaron Jones right here doing his thing receiving wise. Christian Watson goes for 2,300 yards with no surprise. And Samori Toure up to 563 yards, and that is just in the last half of the season. So good for him. 5 touchdowns right there. I'll try to keep him in in mind for wide receiver 3 next season as well, because he finished off the season great. TFL's Preston Smith did his thing, and we are getting no sack production whatsoever. So yeah, tackles for loss looked insane though. And we will go ahead and look at the 2024 season recap here. Christian Watson, offensive player of the year. Good for him. That was not supposed to be racist. And instead of just going to the midseason, don't worry, the depth chart is set and everything. We'll just go straight to the playoffs, look at the stats and everything like that. It's just getting a little bit long to just go to the midseason, then the offseason to look at the season recap. I think that we can literally just go to the playoffs next season, like maybe every 3 years we look at we go to Christian Watson's player card and look at his awards and stuff like that, and it'd show everything that he's done and all of his career stats and everything like that. I think that's just a better way of doing it. This far into it, we're like, this is our 4th or 5th season. I think that we've had enough of mid seasons. We go 10-7, make the wild card here against our division opponents with the Minnesota Vikings. See if we can clear them here in the playoffs. We end up losing, but we still have some good stats to look at. I saw that Christian Watson led the league in receiving yards again, to no surprise, with 2,000. This man basically generates an offense. Samori Toure up to 800 yards is pretty good. Um, I think Samori Toure has earned a better. I know. Listen, man. I know. I'm literally just on Samori Toure's, you know what. But I think that he's earned a better spot, so I'm gonna try to put him at wide receiver one, slot receiver, just to see, because I know it'll ruin the whole Christian Watson, like hot streak he's on. But what if I do it for one half of the season? Would you guys be mad? I don't care. It's my channel. Okay, well, here's something new. Christian Watson. Then we have a whole new crew of receivers. Wanda Robinson, Russell Gage, Nolan Harris, Jason Brown, and I don't even know where these guys came from. Robert Woods as well. Um, okay. No more Samori Toure either, so can't really do anything about that, can we? Quarterback, still Aaron Rodgers, still, regressing. And then Kenya Dalton. Uh, can you do what Aaron Rodgers can do? Not quite there. He's getting damn close to about Aaron Rodgers' range. If we give him a little bit more time to develop, but all I got to do is put Christian Watson in the slot, and then we'll be on our way. We have our worst season yet, going 6 of 11, but Christian Watson still, regardless, goes for 19 touchdowns and 1,800 yards. Watch this. I know I'm right. 1,800 yards, 19 touchdowns, 107 per game is still absolutely bonkers, but a bad season compared to what we've seen from him before. And if you look down at the right side of the screen, it is actually right above my face cam. You could see all the leading receivers in the league, and Tyreek Hill's still actually doing his thing. Good for him. We'll go to next season. We'll see if we'll look at the career stats, awards, and contract for Christian Watson. I'm not sure if this is a contract year or whatever it might be, but it should be interesting to look at. And Aaron Rodgers is finally gone. We have Dalton in now. We have Kenneth Walker. And yes, Christian Watson is still here. He's at a 98 overall. Ratings, we can look at him now. His short route is still absolutely disgusting. Release is up to a 97 now. This guy has really developed as a deep threat playmaker, physical, and slot. Everything has been upgraded. 89, 89, and 89. And then 98 overall deep threat. We'll look at his stats and contract right now. Career stats, he went for 2,400 yards in his rookie season, 15, 23, 2,000, 1,800. So far, it's been one hell of a career, right? Contracts, he has 3 years remaining. He's making damn near 20 per year. And then awards, 5 Pro Bowl appearances, lead leader in receptions with 4. Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Best Receiver, and then that kind of keeps it going for a little bit for 3 years straight now. 3 years straight, and then 4 overall, 4 years and 3 years straight. He's been Offensive Player of the Year, so really has a good thing going here. But with the change at quarterback and with Kenneth Walker here, might have a stronger run presence and might also see a decline in numbers even more with a even worse quarterback throwing to you. But yeah, I mean, this team should be interesting this season. I will make sure to put him in the slot, and we'll see him in the playoffs. Went 8-9, missed the wild card playoff or the playoffs just in general. Christian Watson seeing a little step back. Christian Kirk seeing a little step up, 1,800 yards. Kenya Dalton really just didn't get it done this year. Maybe still look for his development to be a key here in the career of Christian Watson. But 1,700 yards here is pretty good. Sorry, I'm looking at a damn bug. They keep flying around. There's like these little gnats, and they're all over my house for some reason. Not like crazy overpopulated, but like you see once like every other, then you see one every other day. So it's kind of just annoying to deal with it. It's been going on for like a week. But besides that, on to next season. And we finally make the wild card here. Ooh, we have a shakeup here. Christian Watson might be seeing an all-time low in production with 1,600, not quite an all-time low, but he's damn close. Christian Watson only averaging 96 yards per game. Still a very, very, very good season, but not up to Christian Watson standards. Doesn't even make the top three in the league. George Pickens doing his thing. And then we will go ahead and upgrade players here. Who do we think? Luke Johnson, the 67 overall right end. That guy was so important. I'm so glad I took my time to do that. Go ahead. Next week, right here with Philadelphia standing in our way in the wild card here in 2028. We get through them, but can we get through the infamous New Orleans Saints? Minneapolis miracle happened on them. They're looking for redemption here in 2028. Too bad. We absolutely smashed the competition out of the way, and the 8-9 Giants are all that stand in the way from us and a Super Bowl. Can we get past the 8-9 Giants? We can't quite get there. We'll look at the Pro Bowl roster still, though. NFC, Hyder, Sands, Fields, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about those guys. Christian Watson, wide receiver 1 here. And that's all I care about. All I got to say is imagine Christian Watson in fantasy football. Just imagine that real quick. He'd be the biggest fantasy darling. He'd be like the best player in fantasy football history with these numbers and consistently putting up. It's like Mike Evans, but like Jay Jettas. Another 8-9 season, middle of the row, and Christian Watson is back, baby. We just saw an insane season. Kenya Dalton is starting to break out. 5,200 yards, 46 passing touchdowns to only 8 interceptions. He might even be a little bit better than what we saw from Aaron Rodgers in those last couple of years of Aaron Rodgers being here. And Kenya Dalton might actually have a chance at superstar development. Receiving wise, Christian Watson back up to 2,000. Nolan Harris gets to 1,000 as well. 17 touchdowns. But yeah, think about it. Christian Watson in fantasy football would have been like the biggest cheat code ever. Despite having one of the best offenses in the league, we are still struggling with one of the worst defenses. So, couldn't quite make the playoffs and put it all together. So, at this point in Christian Watson's career, he is probably got to be up to a 99 overall, and Kenya Dalton is up to a 79 overall, but Christian Watson up to a 99 true overall. I'm guessing he has been there. He is 31 years old, 8 years into his career, and career stats 2,000, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 2,000, 2,300, 2,400, and 1,500. Still yet to break his rookie season records here. He got pretty close here in year number 3. Even matched the amount of touchdowns, but couldn't quite get there. And then just hasn't been there for this, remaining whatever. Did he ever go over 100 yards rushing? He did. He actually had 100 plus yards rushing on the ground right here that season. And his rookie season was also used a little bit on the ground as well. New contract worth up to $30 million a year with 5 years on it. I doubt he'll play through it all. Made 8 Pro Bowls every single year of his career. 6 out of 8 years, he's been the league leader in receptions, offensive rookie of the year, then 2022 offensive player of the year, 2022 best wide receiver of the year. That can those two can, oh my goodness, continue right here 2024, 2025, 2026, and then waited a year. 2027 was bad for him. 2028 and 2029 offensive player of the year and best wide receiver awards throughout there. And then we'll look at, can we look at season stats? No, because that hasn't happened yet. What else is in here? Traits is pretty much it. So yeah, I guess having one hell of a career, he's probably entering the last little bit of it. Probably want to put like good abilities on him, but you guys will see me in the playoffs. We went 8-9. Not a good look. Weekly awards. I would like to look at that, but yeah, sure, let's do it. Why not? Why not, man? We're so deep into this thing right here. Is Kenya Dalton. Any more up here? We're looking for. Did not even have a single one throughout the first little bit of the season, or through the season until now. We will look at stats and awards. Christian Watson put up 1,700 yards and 17 touchdowns. Kenya Dalton was all right. Only 6 interceptions is very good. Rushing, Kenneth Walker, beast. Receiving, though, Christian Watson, 1,700 yards, only 103 per game, 17 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, he's still so good, but we're not quite seeing up into the 2,500s again like we did in his rookie year. So I guess move to next season. And we were so bad. We went 7-10, but Christian Watson, 25 touchdowns, 2,300 yards. You guys can see that right above mine right there. If you guys can't see it, says receiving leaders. And it says Christian Watson, Justin Jefferson, and Kalante Washington. But yeah, Christian Watson really putting in the work there. 162 receptions is crazy, but 2,200 yards, nearly 2,300 yards, and 25 touchdowns at 33 years old. He would be now is probably even more crazy, and we'll have to see here what how long he really plays, because if he's 33 now, still putting up those numbers, wouldn't be surprised to see him to play till he's like 38, maybe even. We'll see. Finished another season 7-10. Christian Watson goes for 19 touchdowns, 1,962 yards. You can say that as the 1,962, but I guess first thing that comes to my head, Justin Jefferson is absolutely smashing it over there with the Vikings, kind of doing his thing. Yeah, I just can't stand looking at these defensive like points per game. I'm gonna try to change the playbook and see if that helps us at all with like performance wise. I changed the playbook and we get even worse. It was just defensive playbook that I changed. Christian Watson still goes for nearly 2,000 yards and 19 touchdowns. So I guess that's good. Dylan Acosta. Wait, why do I know that name? Dylan Acosta. Why does that sound so familiar? Um, okay, on to next season. Uh-oh, there's an issue. I see no Christian Watson. I was literally about to do a career update on him. Might have retired, or he might be somewhere else. And it looks like he is out of the league. It looks like he has retired. I have no idea how to find him. Like league history, maybe news options. Like, what are we supposed to do to find like the career or whatever? Like league history, maybe find someone in there. And yeah, so here is the overall like legacy score thing. He is trumped the next best by 32,000, 33,000. No Super Bowls, no championships, nothing. Perhaps one of the most boring career in the whole Super Bowl department in postseason, but during the season, I want to see if this is all time. Is this all time, or is this just in this little simulation? I think it's just in the simulation, because I think that it would have been you know we would have seen other names by now. Um, Active Hall of Fame. Christian God. Okay, so anywho, Christian Watson went for 30 yearly awards, and that is absolutely absurd looking at all the other some of these guys, Chris Godwin, 11, 11, 10, 9, 11, 11, 6, all those. And then to go up to 30 is just absolutely insane. So that was it for a wonderful Christian Watson career sim. Tell me if you guys like the idea with the Rams playbook and all that, because I think it kind of takes away from like the can he perform over time? What does he break out? All that. But I think that it just puts wide receivers on the fast track to one of the best careers ever. And who else better to do it than Christian Watson? I mean, absolutely exploded out of the cannon in year one and just cooled down over time, but still was insane. Didn't put up a year under 1,015 or 1,500 yards, which is absolutely crazy. So. Yeah, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the video. I do appreciate it personally, and I'm sure the algorithm doesn't mind it at all either. And make sure to subscribe for more stuff like this. I got plenty more like this coming out. So that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching.